What happens when God asks you to do something difficult? Do you obey, or do you run away? God spoke to Jonah, "Go to Nineveh and preach against its wickedness." But Jonah hated the people of Nineveh, so he tried to flee. He boarded a ship headed for Tarshish, far from Nineveh, but God sent a violent storm that threatened to sink the ship. The sailors were terrified and prayed to their gods. Jonah, however, was below deck, asleep. The captain woke him up, and Jonah admitted that the storm was his fault because he was running from God. The sailors, afraid, asked Jonah what to do. Jonah said, "Throw me into the sea, and the storm will stop." Reluctantly, the sailors threw Jonah overboard, and immediately the storm calmed. The sailors worshipped God for his power. But Jonah didn't drown. God sent a great fish to swallow him, and Jonah spent 3 days and nights in its belly. Inside the fish, Jonah prayed, thanking God for saving his life and confessing his disobedience. God heard his prayer and commanded the fish to spit Jonah out onto dry land. God spoke to Jonah again, "Go to Nineveh and preach what I tell you." This time, Jonah obeyed and traveled to Nineveh, a huge city. He warned the people, 40 days from now, Nineveh will be overthrown. The people of Nineveh believed Jonah's message. They repented, fasted, and turned from their wickedness. Even the king declared the city would fast, hoping God would show mercy. When God saw their repentance, he spared the city. But Jonah was angry. "I knew you would forgive them," he complained. He went outside the city to wait, hoping it would still be destroyed. God caused a plant to grow and give Jonah shade. But the next day, he sent a worm to destroy it. Jonah was furious. "I would rather die than live," he said. God responded, "You care about a plant you didn't create. Shouldn't I care about the people of Nineveh, who don't know right from wrong?" This story teaches us that God's mercy extends to all people, even those we may not think deserve it. It also reminds us that when God calls us, we must obey, trusting that his plan is always for the best.